welcome to Crash Course. Today we are going to be talking about the Titanic.
And yes, it's an actual event, not just a movie.
No one told you that was gonna be this way. The job's a joke, you broke, your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, or your month, even your year. But I'll be there for you. I'll be there for you.
We've all come to love Leonardo DiCaprio's amazing performance in the movie recreation of this tragic event, but who are some of the other cast members?
Some other cast members include Kate Winslet as Rose,
Frances Fisher as Ruth,
Bernard Hill as Captain E.J. Smith,
and so many more.
Did you know, on the set of the Titanic, Leonardo DiCaprio's pet lizard was run over by a truck, but Leo nursed him back to life.
Speaking of set, where was the set of the Titanic?
The set of the Titanic was in Baja, Mexico, and cost $200 million to build.
Well, if the set was in Mexico, then where was the actual sinking?
The Titanic sank in the Atlantic Ocean when it hit an iceberg. What were the captains thinking just running into an iceberg like that? Man, they were idiots. But where's the Titanic headed to anyways? I mean, before it hit an iceberg.
The Titanic was heading from Liverpool to New York City. I wonder if Jack was going to go to the Times Square, before he died.
Shh, come on, spoilers!
Oh, come on, who hasn't seen the Titanic?
Hey, Paige, speaking of iceberg, what was the last thing anyone said on the Titanic?
What?
I know I ordered ice, but this is ridiculous. Oh, well, if they just hit an iceberg, then did Jack just not know how to swim and drown? Honestly, if there's an iceberg, then do you think that you aren't going to get hypothermia? Some people.
Moving on.
Yeah. So how many casualties were there during the Titanic sinking?
Well, out of the original 2,224 passengers, only 710 lived, which means that 1,514 passengers died.
Wow, that's a lot of death. So that many people don't know how to swim?
There has to be some epic artifacts left from this crazy event, like Rose's necklace.
Well, actually, Rose's necklace in the movie was based off of a real artifact found. The necklace was given to Kate Phillips, who was 20 at the time, by Henry Morley, who was at the time 40 years old.
Time for the mystery document. The rules are that we read this and guess who wrote the document that was created during the Titanic. If either of us get it wrong, then we will have to hold our hands in an ice bucket for 1 minute.
I awoke to a terrible noise. There was a loud grinding sound. I was terrified. It sounded like a train crash. I fell out of my bed. My roommate's children began to cry. Their mother had gone out for a bit. I immediately opened the door and asked the passing steward what was happening. He did not know, and moved on to comfort the other passengers. I was afraid we had crashed into another ship. I decided to head up to the deck. Someone may know what was going on. On the way up, I could start to hear the sound of bells and running feet. I was starting to get very confused now. What was happening? I continued upwards.
On deck, I saw workers pulling mattresses up on deck. I was startled. Why would they come up here? I went over and asked them. They only said that water had started to seep through the walls and filled the rooms. They didn't want this to disturb their sleep, so they came upstairs. The workers didn't seem afraid, but I was getting very worried. What if this water wasn't just a pipe leaking? Then I heard talk of the captain ordering a distress call to be sent out. We may have to evacuate the deck. The deck became crowded as time went on. People wanted to see the cause of the noise.
Over the heads of people, I saw lifeboats being uncovered. My friend Sarah was asking a crewman questions. They appeared to be arguing. I went over and talked to her. She said that we had hit an iceberg. This shocked me. I had thought the ship was unsinkable. I heard the captain's voice above the din. He said, "Women and children first." Things had taken a turn for the worst. Now we had to evacuate. The ship was starting to lift. I was caught between leaving or going to get my things. Then I remembered how the workers' rooms had flooded. My room was far down and might already be full of water. It was too risky to try to get my luggage. Maybe I should stay, but it could get very dangerous. Right now, I'm speculating of what to do.
Jack's journal?
It's obviously Emily Louisa Badman's journal. Don't be silly. The timer starts now. After that little taste of the Titanic for Paige, let's move on to technology.
That sounds good to me.
Did you know that only 3 of the 4 smokestacks were actually connected to the furnaces?
So basically, they're just trying to look fancier by having an extra smokestack. Ooh, so fancy.
Yep, pretty much.
Speaking of rich, did you know that the richer people stayed on top of the boat and the poorer people stayed on the bottom?
I actually did know that. I also know that the women and children evacuated the ship first, then the rich men, and finally the poor men.
Or aren't you a little know-it-all?
Yes, I am.
Well, that's it for this video. See you guys next time on Crash Course.